Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Little Fappy X Reaction Channel. I'm your host, Little Fappy X. Now today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today, we're going to be reacting to a reaction. Earl Burrow, the snake is now eating itself. Now, as a fan of One Piece and a fan of YouTube, I watch a lot of YouTube videos about One Piece. And my favorite of all the content creators is a young man named Mugiwara no Goofy. Now, Mugiwara no Goofy is perhaps an obscure channel, perhaps something you've never heard of, perhaps you don't even care. But you need to understand that this young man, who I like, has recently taken an L. And I got the tapes, I got the footage. And we're going to take a look at that tonight. But first, I want to set the stage. I want to take a minute to show you that this moment is actually hilarious if you look at it from the perspective of Mugiwara no Goofy. Alright guys, let's go. Imagine, you're a young up-and-coming YouTuber. You're getting views, subs, fans. You got a sponsor, Raycon. It's a crowded market. And let's be honest, most of the people around you are grifters. But not you. You're here for one thing and one thing only. Let's have a great time cracking jokes about your favorite anime/manga, One Piece. So let's set the stage. For those that don't know, One Piece is the biggest manga/anime/book/anything in the entire history of the motherfucking world. Jumpman just jumped over Jumpman, and this dude Luffy dropped his sweaty nutsack in J.K. Rowling's face like 10 years ago. That's how big Luffy is. And now, at long last, after more than 25 years, it's finally heading toward the finish line. And you, as a One Piece hype beast, as a man who has the knowledge, you know that this episode, the one you're about to watch and do a live reaction to, this is the peak moment in the show's history. Is this the last episode? No. That shit is still 10 years away. This is bigger than the last episode. This is bigger than Luffy giving Shanks his hat back. Bigger than Buggy getting the One Piece. This is the final transformation. This is One Piece vs. Dragon Ball. Gear 5 versus Ultra Instinct. This, my friends, is 25 years of hard work and dedication finally paying off. And Toei Animation is not fucking around. They have hired the 5 coldest directors in anime history to come together. Warner Brothers, the creators of Looney Tunes, has stepped in to personally help you animate your character become Bugs Bunny. The budget for this show is typically around $90,000 an episode. $90,000 for 18 to 20 minutes of animation. This episode, however, is rumored to be the most expensive episode in the history of anime. You understand? The countries, the anime countries, the ones that take this seriously, they put a budget on a motherfucker. This is the budget's budget. This is the highest amount of money that people who love this shit have put behind loving this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Now, to be fair, the live action reportedly costs about $18 million per episode and probably makes the budget on this cartoon sound like chump change. But in a world where budgets are getting slashed and shows are getting canceled and everything on TV is motherfucking Velma, this is insane. And you, Mugiwara, you, as a fan, you are aware of this. In fact, you're so aware of the fact that you started writing your jokes for this live reaction 2 months ago when you released 5 underrated moments in One Piece history. This, for all intents and purposes, is your peak. This moment right now is your Mugiwara. This is your Gear 5 moment. And again, for context, One Piece fans started telling people a year ago, hey, just so you know, you people that don't watch One Piece, you people that don't read me, just so you know, this episode is about to break the internet. And it did. An average episode of this show gets more views than the Super Bowl. And this is the motherfucking episode. Gear 5. Put some stank on it. Bootleggers of this moment walked away with hundreds of thousands of views and new subscribers. And you, Mugiwara, as a serious commentator, are in many respects about to make your world debut. Now, Mama always said, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. And this is potentially going to be your world debut. This is millions of views and thousands or hundreds of thousands of new subscribers. This is Mugiwara's 8-mile moment. Palm sweaty, mom spaghetti. So what do? You gather your pirate crew. You get all the homies, all the A1s from day one, all the homies that have been holding you down. And you say, guys, tonight, I'm going to punch the internet in the motherfucking face. Tonight, I'm going to tell all these bland, stinking ass, Grand Line Review grifters to back the fuck up and declare One Piece as my territory. Tonight, we on like that Yonko shit. Mugiwara no Goofy! So you invite over your friends, and you get some beer, and you guys are all in your 20s. So every time you drink, it's basically the first time you've ever drank. So you decide to play it safe, and you get some Bud Light and a belly full of pizza and nacho chips. This way you're not wasted when the big moment comes. You get to the live stream, you set up your camera, you're in the comments with the people, and this shit is hype! Mugiwara! The show finally starts, and something happens. Something you should have seen coming. The show does what, for 1,069 episodes, this show has always done. It starts with 10 minutes of backstory that is meaningless to anyone but a fan. The show starts with a fucking board meeting. The show starts with 5 crusty old white men sitting around talking about fruit, and the cast of Spirited Away having a conversation about a goofy samurai that none of your friends have ever heard of. Now, the side conversations are starting to happen. 2 minutes into the biggest episode of your life, your friends have checked out and started actually over-talking the episode. You literally are struggling to hear the episode that you're here to watch because your friends, your bitch-ass friends, are sitting there having side conversations about who the fuck knows what, but it sure as shit ain't Gear motherfucking 5 Loopy. Now, you, as Mugiwara no Goofy, you're not dissuaded. You move in closer to the TV. You're sitting Indian style. All your friends are on the couch, looking all fat and dumpy like they always do, ignoring you, your big moment, not being supportive, not being on point, sitting up there talking about pizza and bullshit. Now, had this been me, I would have dick slapped the shit out of every motherfucker in that goddamn room. I would have NFL kicked some cheese balls right in my best friend's motherfucking face and told his bitch that he cheated on him last night. I don't give a fuck. I would have snapped every neck in that goddamn room. But not Mugiwara, because he's a better man than me. What he did was he moved closer to the TV, and he tried. He did everything right. You walked in there like Don Flamingo with a plan. You told your friends, hey, under no circumstances should you have side conversations while this 20-minute episode plays. Talk all the shit you want before, talk all the shit you want afterwards. But during this 20 minutes, which is extremely fucking important to me as a fan, and as a YouTuber, as the guy who's having one of the biggest moments of his life, out of respect for me, your friend, please keep that shit together for 20 minutes. And his friend said, nah. So what does Mugiwara do? He tries to save the show. He moves in close and starts throwing out classic lines. Guys, crackhead Bugs Bunny. Hey, what's the deal with Kaido? He did everything right. Remember that? Remember when I used those lines? Hey, all my stupid friends on the couch, remember that? Remember when you said that shit was so funny? Guys, but they don't care. Your crew, in typical crew fashion, leaves you hanging. And you bomb. You bomb doing shit that you know is funny because you don't have the conqueror's hockey in your soul to control the situation. And your heart is breaking. But then you look down at your phone. And you see that the fans are right there with you. Bum, 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 bum. And even though this night has been shit and your friends have failed you and you should dick slap every one of those motherfuckers in the goddamn face, you set all that aside. You decide to hold back the anger and the temper tantrum that a lesser man would have thrown. You throw your hands up in the air and you say fuck it. And you win the biggest L in your career by just telling the fans how much you love them. You walked in there like Luffy with crackhead energy, but you walked out like Nico Robin at Annie's lobby. I want to leave. Please, take me with you. I want to leave. Oh, poor Mugiwara. Poor Mugiwara. But you know what? I still like you. And just so you guys know I'm not bullshitting, I got the tapes. But first, we're going to see a little bit of Mugiwara, just so you know how practiced these lines were. All right, guys. Enjoy.
Flamingo did everything right. Like, you're Kaido, you've been fighting a crackhead for a week, and he comes back as Bugs Bunny.
Can you imagine what it's like being Kaido? Like, I've done everything right. He literally died. Why is this happening? He died and came back as Super Saiyan Bugs Bunny. Another one. I love you guys so much. You guys are so, like... when I go to like any convention, because it's gonna happen because you guys are amazing. But when I go to any convention, please, for the love of God, I don't care what, like, whatever. It doesn't matter what the environment is. Fucking rush anything. Come see me, hug me. I would love to literally die in a swarm of love for all of you. The crackhead's back. We're all friends. Look at that. Let's do this. Oh my God. Look at this crackhead.
Nigga,